This week I'm bringing you some yoga for adrenal fatigue. Our adrenals can get kind of shot. We live in such a fast-paced world and so much is demanded of us nowadays, more so than years ago and more so than ever before. So we're always constantly kind of living in a very heightened state. We have two different nervous systems. We have our parasympathetic nervous system and our sympathetic nervous system. So what we wind up doing nowadays is so much is demanded of us, and we're constantly kind of sitting in that fight or flight sort of mindset where everything is just kind of right now, quick decisions. And when we're constantly living like that, your adrenal glands are giving off really high levels of cortisol and also adrenaline. And these are great in balanced amounts. Cortisol, adrenaline, these things, all these different naturally occurring chemicals in the body, when they're in perfect balance, they're so harmonious, and when they get out of balance, that's when things start to go awry. So by kind of calming down and restoring our adrenals, then they can start to produce those chemicals in a more balanced way. So there are a couple of really nice restorative poses to kind of just get you back into center. And I'd like to start with a little bit of breath work actually. And so it's always kind of really in our breath, and our breath is really powerful. You'll notice that when your breath starts to get short and tight, it affects the body and vice versa. So by controlling our breath, we can control what happens in the rest of our body. There's a pranayama called Nadi Shodhana. And what this does is it balances the two sides of the body. You have your left feminine side and you have the right side masculine side. And this occurs in what's called the Nadi system in yoga. So it's this kind of spiral that goes up through all of your chakras, and they completely balance one another, obviously masculine and feminine. So there are a couple of different mudras you can take. The one that I like to take the most is the two first fingers right on your third eye, and your thumb and your ring finger are going to go on either nostril. And what you're going to do is you're going to close off one nostril. You're going to close off your right nostril and breathe in through your left. And then you're going to close off your left nostril and you're going to breathe out through your right. You're going to breathe in, and usually about 4 counts, closing off, and then exhale out the opposite side. And any sounds or distractions, inhale and exhale. And you can continue that for as long as you'd like. So inhale 4 counts and exhale 4 counts, and then inhaling on the same nostril that you exhaled on, and then exhaling out the other side. So you're just going to kind of repeat that, and you can do it for about 30 seconds. You can do it for a couple minutes, but just stick to a couple minutes when you're first starting out, and you might just feel a little bit more balanced afterward, quite literally. It's a really kind of amazing way of getting really present and counting on that breath, and just having that thought in your mind is kind of like a little mantra. So it's just that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're switching off. And so you just kind of concentrate on, okay, which nostril am I breathing in, which nostril am I breathing out? And it's forcing you to stay completely present, and it'll help calm down your nervous system. So it's a really good breath work for restoring your adrenal glands. As for restorative yoga itself, you obviously forward fold. Anything that's a forward fold is going to be very calming on the nervous system. So anything that your torso, any sort of pressure on your legs and on your belly, that gives your body the signal to start calming down. It's kind of interesting when you start to think about it, because why do hugs feel so good? Because it's pressure on the skin, it's pressure on the nerves, and it calms it down. It's why you sleep better in the wintertime when you have a heavy blanket on you, as opposed to in the summer and you're kicking off the sheets. So this forward fold, if you're not that flexible, you can take caterpillar pose. And in a lot of yin classes, they call this caterpillar. But the knees are kind of bent up, and you're just going to kind of drape yourself over. And you're going to get that pressure in the belly, like nice long spine relaxing through the back of the neck. And just letting everything kind of turn in and reset. Another great one is simply having a gentle inversion. So you can do this any way. You can do this up the wall. The burrito karani is called legs up the wall, literally. And you can also grab a pillow and place it underneath where your hips are going to be. And you just let your feet hang up the wall, take your arms out, palms up towards the sky, just like in Shavasana, and just allowing the blood that has pooled in your feet to kind of refresh the legs. And just enjoying that sensation. You can choose to have one pillow, you can stack up a couple pillows or blankets to get your hips slightly elevated above your heart, and it's completely up to you. There's another great way of doing this with a chair. You might want to add some cushion to that. And it's like a supported shoulder stand. So you let yourself hang off the chair. And it's a great way of getting your heart elevated above your head, but you're not doing any work to keep your legs up. All of your muscles are completely relaxed. You're also getting a little bit of release in the low back, some pressure on the sciatic there, which should feel really, really delicious. And of course, when you are done taking Shavasana, is just one of the world's greatest gifts you can give to yourself. I know a lot of people will do a yoga practice and sometimes skip out on Shavasana, and it is such an important part of the practice to allow your body to completely, fully integrate all of the work that you've done, all of that beautiful work that you've done on yourself. So some key alignment things in Shavasana. Your feet are a little bit wider than your hips, so about the corners of your mat. You can kind of just jiggle your feet a little bit until they fall in just the right spot. Jiggle the hips out. And take your hands a little bit wider than your mat, palms face up. And allowing your shoulders to melt into your mat. So if your hands are too close to your body, your shoulders kind of tend to shrug up. So just get them out as far as is necessary to get your shoulder blades completely flat on the ground. Back of your head is sinking into the earth as well. And just allowing yourself to be completely still, completely present, and just letting your breath go. So those are my poses for you guys today to combat some adrenal fatigue and a lot of that stress that we build up over the week. So I will see you online on our Instagram or Facebook page at Connect Foods. I'm Ashley Storm, and I will see you next time.